Thanks to Brilliant for supporting this SciShow video. As a SciShow viewer, you can keep building your STEM skills with a 30-day free trial and 20% off an annual premium subscription at brilliant.org/SciShow. From Aristotle to Coldplay, humans throughout history have connected astronomy with music, especially when they thought of how everything moves through space. And there are 2 moons in orbit of Saturn, named Janus and Epimetheus, that do a special dance to that music that seems to be unique in our solar system. Our story begins on December 15th, 1966, when a French astronomer named Antoine Dollfus discovered a new moon of Saturn. He named it Janus after the Roman god of gates and doorways. And 3 days later, the American Richard Walker observed a moon that was in the same orbit. Yes, definitely a moon there, astronomers must have thought, patting themselves on the back and moving on. But 12 years later, 2 researchers revisited the data, and they concluded that there wasn't 1 moon in Janus's orbit, there were very likely 2. When the Voyager 1 spacecraft visited Saturn in 1980, it confirmed that hypothesis. Now, in our solar system, it's not so unusual for multiple objects to orbit another at the same distance. It's known as a 1-to-1 resonance. But usually when that happens, one is much larger than the other, like one is Jupiter and another is a dinky little asteroid. Janus and Epimetheus are quite similar in size. Janus is 196 kilometers long on its longest side, and Epimetheus is 135 kilometers. Their orbits, meanwhile, differ from each other by an even smaller distance, just 50 kilometers. But what makes these moons truly special is the dance they do. Every 4 years, they switch places. To explain the steps of this dance, let's start with Janus on the outside orbit and a little bit ahead of Epimetheus. Because Epimetheus is just that little bit closer to Saturn than Janus, that means it completes its orbit just a tiny bit faster and starts to catch up. And as Epimetheus catches up, its gravity pulls on Janus, slowing it down and making it fall a little closer to Saturn. Janus's orbit shrinks. But gravitational pulls work both ways. So at the same time, Epimetheus is pulled forward by Janus. It speeds up and its orbit gets a little bigger. They actually switch tracks. 4 years later, the moons are once again close enough that they can do their dance again. Janus will go back to the outside orbit and Epimetheus is on the inside. And lucky for all of us, in 2006, Cassini was able to capture these steps in exquisite detail. There's even video of the 2 moons crossing, but that's just because Cassini was also moving at the same time. The moons never get that close to one another physically. Thanks to Cassini, astronomers know that both of these moons are probably piles of rocky rubble, and because they're both covered in craters, they've clearly been around for quite some time. The impacts that caused all those craters might also be responsible for a faint ring that Cassini found too, which also shares the same orbit. Janus and Epimetheus may be 2 small moons of a distant planet, but they're sharing a very important message from the cosmos. Even space rocks know how to get down and boogie. Unlike me. I don't. This SciShow video is supported by Brilliant, an online learning platform with thousands of interactive lessons in science, computer science, and math, like their course, Geometry 1. That course will have you wondering if these moons are dancing, or if it's coordinated geometry, or maybe coordinate geometry. Yeah, the course definitely covers coordinate geometry. And when you solve the geometry puzzles in this course, you might even consider that accomplishment as impressive as moons swapping places with each other. Anyway, you don't need me to keep making bad segues from the video to the sponsor, because you can just try it for yourself right now for free for 30 days by visiting brilliant.org/SciShow or clicking the link in the description down below. That link also gives you 20% off an annual premium Brilliant subscription. Thanks for watching.